Hello there, thank you for joining us. Welcome to Caitlin Burchett and Pretty Bot's Wear Your Wisdom PR campaign proposal for dress code tech. Throughout this presentation, we'll examine dress code's current standing in the market and its potential, its strengths and its weaknesses, and its audience. We'll then explore the overall strategies and objectives we have mapped out to successfully launch dress code tech and help it thrive. Dress Code Tech is a new tech startup based in Chicago, Illinois that believes there is beauty in technology. Dress Code works to educate women and girls in computer science and coding. Merging fashion and technology, Dress Code has created unique, sophisticated accessories to inspire curiosity in computer coding in girls and women across the globe and break down the nerdy and boring stigma of computer science. The Dress Code mission is to encourage curiosity in computer science by merging fashion and technology, and their philosophy is there is beauty in technology and in innovation. The proposal written by Burchett and Bott aims to empower those beliefs in our target consumers. Observed through a situational analysis, Dress Code Tech has the following strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Dress Code Tech's internal strengths consist of being aesthetically pleasing to a diverse group of females by focusing on positive perceptions of a multidisciplinary field. The official website presents Dress Code Tech in an organized way with light, subtle colors, an easy-to-read font, and clean, crisp images that suit the overall theme of the webpage. CEO Katie Malik's active presence in the women in tech community and persistence in spreading awareness of dress code is also an internal strength to be recognized. According to Dress Code social media, the CEO is very active in participating in women in tech summits, the promotion of dress code, and in working to create more fashion, technology, and innovation movements online to be associated with the brand. In terms of weaknesses, Dress Code Tech is a relatively small and unknown startup because it is new. Because dress code has not fully expanded to encompass its full potential, the services and products dress code can offer its consumers is limited. The website has not yet been expanded to include more detailed information about how dress code got its start, CEO Malik's personalized story, or to include an events or community page that highlights what dress code is doing for young girls and women in technology. Dress code also has limited bracelets, currently only offering 4 I Am bracelets in up to 3 metals. The bracelets are designed to unlock coding lessons on the Dress Code website, so a limited amount of I Am products directly corresponds to a limited number of coding lessons. In terms of opportunities, Dress Code Tech is in the midst of the information age and digital era. The constant use of computers and technology has led to a positive STEM career outlook, with over 86,000 STEM jobs added in 2017. Today, girls aged 15 to 25 are the largest demographic on social media, using technology on a daily basis for communication, connecting, and everyday tasks. Due to this, there is a growing female interest in STEM, despite the profession having become male-dominated in the last 20 years. Females are becoming increasingly tech-savvy, learning the full functionality of mobile devices, laptops, desktops, and complex computer programs at younger ages. And lastly, in terms of threats, Dress Code Tech is faced with overcoming the negative stigma surrounding computer science, which is a male-dominated field. Today, women represent only 18% of all computer science college graduates. As STEM is male-dominated, many girls believe STEM is off limits to them as a career option and may even view computer science as masculine, nerdy, or boring. Dress Code Tech is also threatened by an excess of noise on the internet. The company only has a small number of followers on each social media platform, resulting in limitations regarding cutting through the internet chatter and reaching potential consumers. Dress Code Tech is also threatened by competition in a technology-focused society that contributes to the internet chatter. Here, we dive a little bit deeper into the problems and consequences facing dress code. As we discussed, dress code's main weaknesses lie in the lack of brand awareness amongst consumers and the limited scope of products available to them. Dress Code Tech is a company still in its infancy and is not gaining as much reach and promotion as needed to sustain proactive company functions. It is a small privately held company that is heavily relying on a PR campaign to expand its reach and generate sales. If the launch of this campaign does not meet the intended goals, the major consequence is the impact on the company's sustainability. Dress code might have to consider a separate marketing or PR effort, which might not be appropriate considering the limited resources available to the company. Without bracelet purchases, the support of the women in tech communities, other community partners, and an increase in awareness of dress code tech, the company will eventually become irrelevant as the cost to run it will supersede what dress code is doing for innovative young girls and women. If dress code does not increase its brand awareness, the privately held company could become bankrupt and be forced to shut down. To remain budget-friendly and preserve dress code resources, this campaign specifically takes into account the need for earned media coverage, organic buzz and sales, and a growing online presence. The Wear Your WiSTEM campaign focuses on stopping the problem of lack of reach and awareness in its tracks to prevent the impending consequences. The overall goal of this campaign is to raise awareness of dress code tech, encourage young women to be curious about STEM education and careers, and to drive sales. Objective 1 is to increase overall awareness and engagement of dress code's brand by 35% amongst the target audience of girls aged 15 to 25 within 3 months of campaign implementation. Objective 2 is to attain 3 to 5 partnerships with educational institutions by July 31st, 2018. Examples of strategic institutions include the University of Chicago, Northwestern University, and the Illinois Institute of Technology. Objective 3 is to increase awareness of dress code tech and its affiliated girls amongst STEM professionals in major cities across the U.S. by 25% before December 31st, 2018. For our media output, we aim to receive earned media coverage in 5 local, 1 state, and 1 national media outlet for each dress code event. And for our attendance output, we aim to have at least 10 STEM professionals attend each dress code event. The primary audience of the Wear Your Wisdom campaign are high school and college-aged girls. The future of women in STEM rests in the hands of the young girls of today. By encouraging young adult girls in high school and college, the negative stigma surrounding STEM can be erased and an informative, fun, and fashionable education can blossom. The primary audience of high school to college-aged girls are between the ages of 15 and 25. They value doing well in school and are interested in preparing for the future, but are often unsure of what direction they will take regarding their chosen major and career path. They are interested in science, technology, engineering, math, or computer science, but do not know much about the subject beyond what they do at school. The secondary audience of the Wear Your Wisdom campaign are potential partners, such as schools, libraries, and other education-based institutions. These institutions can help promote positive STEM attributes and dress code tech values in their students. Educational institutions, such as middle schools, high schools, community colleges, trade schools, and universities, can serve as a direct link to the primary audience. The institutions value properly educating their students and providing a diverse curriculum. The special audience of the Wear Your Wisdom campaign are potential STEM employers such as Apple, Samsung, Dell, Alien, Microsoft, and more. Coding skills are allotted in multiple fields, so this expands our pool of employers beyond this list. Primary audience members purchase dress code merchandise, access coding lessons, and ultimately become appealing candidates for employers in sectors like marketing, data analysis, arts and design, engineering, and science and information technology. STEM professionals value potential employees that are passionate about technology and innovation and are knowledgeable or experienced in coding, computer science, and STEM overall. The objective for the primary audience is to convert them to consumers through a traditional consumer experience. The process starts out with awareness and consideration. Here, we would interact through social channels and word-of-mouth marketing. After reaching the trial and evaluation phases, the goal is to retain their interest. Brand loyalty would depend on the consumer's continued interest in dress code's mission and products. It would be maintained by the campaign through social platforms. The campaign would educate the audience on the benefits of furthering their education within technology and the expansion of possibilities for each with the skills offered in lessons. Ultimately, Dress Code Tech hopes to secure more consumers from this audience to sustain growth and fulfill the mission. The objective for the secondary audience is to get partnered educational institutions involved with dress code's work at all levels. More specifically, by providing free or reduced cost public venues for dress code seminars and events to educate students and connect them with STEM professionals. The educational institutions can also use dress code to educate its students on computer science by working with dress code to work coding and computer science classes into the school's programs. Dress code merchandise can be made available for purchase in campus stores. The objective for the special audience is to connect STEM professionals with dress code consumers to establish professional relationships. In connecting both audiences, STEM professionals can learn more about what dress code does, the coding lessons its consumers utilize, and the quality computer science education young girls have access to through dress code. STEM professionals would ideally recognize dress code on consumers' resumes and employment applications and associate the company with advanced background in STEM that would give the girls a competitive edge. The main messages crafted for the Wear Your Wisdom campaign are all strategically designed to get each audience to take our desired actions. The message for the primary audience is to be smart, be bold, be STEM. Computer science needs more innovative and beautiful girls just like you. Connect with Dress Code Tech to show off and advance your coding skills. The message for the secondary audience is to help Dress Code show the female youth of your institution all of their options in the field of computer science. Lastly, the message for the special audience is Dress Code Tech is working with and educating future STEM professionals of computer science. The Wear Your Wisdom campaign prioritizes inspiring the primary audience, partnering with the secondary audience, and establishing a trusting and mutually beneficial relationship with the special audience to promote awareness of dress code tech. The strategy that will be used to achieve the primary audience objective will be to inspire high school and college-aged girls to generate interest in STEM. By generating organic interest, the primary audience will be more receptive of dress code tech's messages. The Wear Your Wisdom campaign will come full circle for these girls by teaching them coding skills and in connecting them through social media, their educational institutions, and job fairs. The strategy that will be used to achieve the secondary audience objective will be to introduce a cost-benefit analysis that shows the institutions that partnerships with dress code are mutually beneficial. We would introduce possibilities for offering an accessible club or curriculum structured with dress code tech, selling dress code merchandise, as well as using campuses as event venues for student and STEM professional job fairs. The third strategy that will be used to achieve the special audience objective will be to raise awareness of dress code tech and its associated e-learning students among STEM professionals. The campaign looks to connect both audiences through social media and events. Dress Code Tech will forge a relationship with the prospective employers, educating them about what dress code does and the quality education that its consumers are receiving through the company. The following is one of the major tactics of the Wear Your Wisdom campaign. The Wear Your Wisdom campaign will culminate in events known as Club Code job fairs. They would showcase Dress Code's products and serve as an opportunity to connect the primary, secondary, and specialty audiences. Girls who are interested in educations or careers in STEM, and STEM employers and education recruiters would be the targeted attendees. Club Code will be hosted at respective campuses of the schools Dress Code Tech partners with through the campaign at reduced cost or no cost to conserve the campaign budget. The job fairs will require RSVPs and will last for 4 hours. They will each be broken down into several smaller events that round out the guest experience by immersing them in Dress Code's mission of encouraging curiosity in computer science by merging fashion and technology. The events will feature informative seminars with CEO Katie Malik. Malik will address speaking points such as statistics among the target audience and Dress Code's overall mission to change them. There will be pre-seminar cocktail hours for meet and greets between students and STEM professionals to relax the atmosphere. There will be a traveling e-news style Manicam to show detailed live hand modeling of dress code bracelets during the seminar. The videos would be live streamed when Malik or other guest speakers are demonstrating the process behind the product. The events would end in what would be a hybrid jewelry trade show / job fair and reception. Girls who have purchased dress code bracelets and have engaged with or are loyal to the brand and mission would be models at the shows. They would have a chance to sport the accessories and chat with prospective employers and recruiters during the receptions, gaining an opportunity to interact with STEM professionals and share their passion and knowledge for computer science. Additional major campaign tactics include strengthening the overall social media presence across platforms, connecting with communities through local and national media outlets, and offering speaking engagements with CEO Katie Malik. The expected schedule for the Wear Your Wisdom campaign is broken down into 3 months. The first month is geared towards generating social media content, pitching to partners in the community, sending media kits to strategic publications, and engaging the target audiences. The second month would be focused on hosting the first of the Club Code events and continuing to seek partnerships in local communities. Finally, the third month would be focused on hosting the remaining Club Code events, sending the concluding media kit to relevant outlets, and overall campaign evaluation. The Wear Your Wisdom campaign is structured around a $15,000 budget. From that stipend, we determined the campaign required a budget based on project-based fees. The project-based fee budget was selected as the best budget for the campaign due to short-term commitments, clear goals, and an established schedule. The project-based fees would need to be paid in halves, with the first half due before the project launch and the second half due at the conclusion of the project. Projects include event costs, creation and distribution of media kits, and the creation and launch of the social media campaign. The predicted cost per project is outlined as below. The conclusion of the Wear Your Wisdom campaign includes evaluating if goals and objectives have been met in tandem with the allowed budget. If we measure growth that indicates sustainability, Dress Code can begin to consider expanding their reach across more states and even nationally. Campaign evaluations would be used to measure the success of the informational, attitudinal, and behavioral objectives. Social media will be evaluated through an audit and analytics platforms such as Hootsuite. Audience behavior and attitudes will be evaluated through online voluntary surveys and social media metrics. Overall sales would also reflect consumer attitudes and projections. Goals for earned media coverage will be measured by clip reports collected before and after the launch and event. Sales from school campus stores we are partnered with will be calculated and tracked separately to determine the differences and effectiveness of each channel. The campus store's respective social media pages will also be tracked along with dress code pages to compare engagement the same way. The audience attendance objective will be measured by requiring Club Code guests to sign in upon entry at each fair. In the case that dress code might begin to consider expansion, next steps should include strategic partnerships with other businesses and organizations, new products, and ad campaigns at the local, state, and national levels. For example, a strategic partner would be Coca-Cola, more specifically with Vitamin Water and Smart Water. This is a company with demonstrated commitment to empowering women's rights in education. Some examples of their work include the Engine program and the STEP program. Dress Code and Coca-Cola could design bottles with identifiable aesthetics from both brands and with dress code course access codes. They could be made available for purchase in stores for a limited time, for example during a period when we run a national ad campaign. We could also make the beverages the official drinks at future dress code club code events and include them as vendors. Similarly, other partnerships can be considered to promote brand awareness and engagement with dress code. Dress code can begin to expansion with more products, including more jewelry, bags, laptop cases, design mouse pads, and so forth. Options for combined goods, events, and co-op ad campaigns would remain dependent on each respective partner, but each would strategically advance dress codes overall. To provide a solid foundation for the Wear Your Wisdom campaign, we have compiled extensive research about the STEM field. Some highlights from that include the fact that the STEM field has seen a 19% growth rate from 2009 to 2015. The fact that STEM jobs make up 6.2% of national employment, which represents 8.6 million jobs. This reflects the agriculture, communications, environmental, sales, and of course software development sectors turning to STEM. Some additional facts that are geared towards women include the fact that the top 4 earning female CEOs come from STEM backgrounds, and yet women still only make up 24% of this field. Lastly, STEM careers are shown to have the highest return in comparison to other fields, so why shouldn't women and girls get to be more involved? The communication samples included here contain a press release which focuses on the dress code job fair events. There are also proposed social media messages which highlight dress code products, innovations in the field, and dress code's ongoing blog. We believe these samples would be best strategies for reaching and engaging our target audiences. We have reached the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for your time and consideration of our Wear Your Wisdom PR campaign. We look forward to working with you to deliver the best possible future for dress code and the young women of today.